We are in Kazakhstan, in its southern region, namely in Turkestan city. Turkestan is a historic city with archaeological record dating back to the 4th century. In the 14th century, Turkestan was a part of Timurid Empire. One of the main treasures of Turkestan of that period is a mausoleum of the Sufi scholar and Turkic poet Akhmed Yassawi. The mausoleum was commissioned in 1389 by Amir Timur, Tamerlan. Despite the fact that the mausoleum had never been completed and its frontal part was left untiled due to the death of Amir Timur in 1405, the mausoleum has survived as one of the best preserved of all Timurid constructions. Apart from the mausoleum itself, Amir Timur commissioned the creation of a few objects, specially for the mausoleum. And among them is a metal object, which was described by the British art historian David Talbot Rice as no larger or finer piece of Islamic metalwork exists. This unique object is a huge metal water tank with diameter 242 centimeters, height 162, weight 2 tons and capacity 3,000 liters. The exact date of the cauldron casting, the name of the craftsman and the purpose of the vessel are exactly known, as the information was cast on the vessel's facade. There are 3 bands of inscriptions along the circumference of the vessel in different types of Arabic scripts. The inscription in the top band is in the Tulu script, stating that the vessel was cast on June 25, 1399, by commission of Amir Timur Guragam for the mausoleum of Sheikh Ahmad Yassawi. It also cites a surah from the Quran and the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad about the importance of water supply for pilgrims. The second band inscriptions are in Kufic and Nakh scripts, which stated that the vessel was made by Abdulaziz ibn Sharafaddin from Tabriz. The lowest band consists of the Kufic script, which is translated as "Power is owned by Allah." 10 cartouches located below the third band states repetitive text in Persian, which means "be blessed." Furthermore, 10 handles in the form of a lotus flower decorate the cauldron. It is believed that the cauldron was made of an alloy of 7 metals: copper, tin, zinc, silver, gold, iron and lead. However, so far there are no published results of the metallographic analysis of the vessel, and this belief remains questionable. According to the local faith, the cauldron was cast in the place named Karnak, which is about 25 kilometers away from Turkestan. There are no available historical evidences regarding how the cauldron was made. However, attempts to reconstruct its manufacturing technology have been made. According to one of such studies, the cauldron shape was precisely calculated using mathematical and geometrical formulas, and most probably a 10th century book written by the mathematician and astronomer Abul Wafa Bujjani called "A book about what required for craftsmen from geometry" was used. Apparently, without the knowledge of geometry and mathematics, the creation of such vessel was impossible. For casting purposes, initially a life-size model of the vessel was prepared from ganj, a mixture of gypsum and clay. Afterwards, a clay mold was made based on the model. The clay mold consisted of a few separate parts assembled together for the casting. Traces of the assembled joints, which had not been burnished, are still visible on the vessel and the foot. It is worth mentioning that the Turkestan vessel has never been used for cooking, but exclusively as a water tank. This is a unique feature of this cauldron, as well as of another water tank, which is a beautiful metal cauldron from the Great Mosque in Herat, in Afghanistan. Initially it was a footed vessel, and most probably looked quite like the Turkestan cauldron. Unfortunately, the foot of the vessel was lost, and its full initial form is unknown. The cauldron was cast in 1374, 25 years earlier than the Turkestan vessel, and its diameter, about 170 centimeters, is smaller than that of the vessel from Turkestan. It was probably made of brass, which is a metallic alloy of copper and zinc. From the manufacturing technology point of view, it is an interesting object, as the mold joints are clearly visible on the surface of the tank. The shape and especially the decoration similarities between these two vessels are astonishing, and apparently there is a link between them. It is probable that Amir Timur observed the Herat vessel, as it is known that he captured Herat in 1381 and visited the Great Mosque of the city, where the vessel was placed 7 years earlier. So, the creation of the Turkestan water tank could be inspired by the Herat vessel. However, the Turkestan vessel could have been inspired by other ancient vessels. Footed bronze cauldrons were found in the Scythian, Sarmatian, and Saka barrows, dated 8th first centuries BC, on the territory of the Eurasian steppes, including Kazakh ones. These cauldrons played an important role in practical and ritual lives of the mobile societies of the region. It was one of the reasons why the Turkestan cauldron was accepted by the local medieval and contemporary population of Kazakhstan as a significant part of their identity. It should be acknowledged that this amazing metal object still plays an essential role in the everyday life of the Kazakh nation. It even has its own local name, Tay Kazan. Its image and its name can be found everywhere. Life-size copies of the vessel are installed in many Kazakhstani cities and towns. Its image is on coins and souvenirs. However, most importantly, thousands of pilgrims and tourists visit the mausoleum every year to see, among other artifacts, its treasure of art, Tay Kazan.